Have you ever felt like some people come into your life just to make it heavier? As if, instead of bringing joy, peace, or support, they're more like a storm disguised as a gentle breeze? This isn't a coincidence. What if I told you there's a way to spot these people before they leave deep marks on your mind and heart? Now stop and think. How many times have you ignored that discomfort in your chest, that instinct telling you something was wrong? Maybe you gave second chances, convincing yourself it was just the way they are. But what if their way is exactly what's draining your energy, undermining your personal growth, and keeping you from reaching your goals? This is the moment to open your eyes. Stoic philosophy teaches us something powerful. Control over our lives begins when we see the world with clarity. But how do we achieve this amidst so much noise and distraction? Identifying who truly deserves a place in our circle is not just about emotional survival. It's the foundation for a life of self-awareness and transformation. Without this clarity, how can we build positive habits or achieve personal growth? Picture this: you're climbing a mountain, every step a small victory, but someone beside you is quietly slipping rocks into your backpack. You don't notice at first, but the climb becomes harder and slower. By the time you realize it, it might be too late. Recognizing these people, those who appear helpful but are actually sabotaging you, is the key to lightening your load and reclaiming control. So, how can you tell who's truly by your side and who's working against you? What signs can Stoicism teach us to look for? And most importantly, what should you do once you identify them? If you want to uncover the answers, stay with me, because it's time to reveal what no one has taught you about protecting your peace and living with mental clarity. Charisma as a mask. Has someone ever entered your life like a star, radiating charm and charisma that seems to light up any room? These individuals have an almost magical ability to earn everyone's trust. But what if, behind that brilliance, there were shadows you hadn't yet seen? Toxic people often hide behind a mask of charm and attentiveness. They know how to use sweet words and captivating gestures to carve out a space in your life. But here's the question: is that generosity genuine, or is it just a game? Stoicism teaches us to look beyond appearances, to trust consistent actions over words that sound too perfect. After all, words don't pay the price for stolen peace. Think about that coworker who always has to be the center of attention but can't handle it when the spotlight shifts. Or the friend who subtly downplays your achievements under the guise of innocent jokes. They might seem well-meaning, but time often reveals who they really are. Stoicism equips us with the emotional balance to see through the cracks in their charm. How can you start identifying these signs? Pay attention to daily behavior. Notice who monopolizes conversations, interrupts constantly, or acts like the world revolves around them. These small behaviors are like cracks in a wall, insignificant at first, but impossible to ignore over time. You don't need to be a Stoic expert to notice these patterns. Just start paying attention. How should you react? Stoic wisdom suggests you don't need to confront them directly. Instead, stay calm, avoid feeding their need for attention, and reflect on this person's impact on your life. Ask yourself, how much of your well-being is this relationship worth? And if you sense the mask starting to slip, it might be time to proceed with greater caution. Lack of empathy. Have you ever tried sharing something important with someone only to be ignored or worse, ridiculed? That feeling of invisibility, of your joys or struggles not mattering. This is one of the subtlest and cruelest traits of an unempathetic person. And if there's one thing more draining than a bad day, it's being around someone who simply doesn't care. A lack of empathy is like an emotional desert, dry, barren, lifeless. These people can't, or won't, connect with others' emotions. They minimize your achievements, dismiss your struggles, and in many cases, even turn your tough moments into jokes or criticisms. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on compassion and humanity, stands in stark contrast to this behavior. To live in peace, we must surround ourselves with relationships that uplift us, not bring us down. Imagine facing a personal challenge and seeking support, only to hear things like, "You're overreacting," or "That's nothing." How does that make you feel? Such attitudes not only hurt, but also make you question the validity of your emotions. Don't let that happen. Empathetic people understand that simply listening can be transformative, while toxic people would rather silence you to inflate their own egos. Want a practical way to spot a lack of empathy? Observe how someone reacts to others' problems. Do they show genuine concern, or do they quickly shift the topic back to themselves? Empathy can't be faked for long. It's evident in small, everyday actions. What should you do when you realize you're dealing with someone like this? Stoicism reminds us that while we can't control others' behavior, we have complete control over how we respond. Take a deep breath, stay mentally clear, and set boundaries. Allowing someone to constantly dismiss your feelings is a form of self-sabotage. So, how do you protect your energy when empathy is absent? The answer lies in the next step: manipulation. Have you ever felt trapped in a game where the rules keep changing, always in someone else's favor? That's the power of manipulation. Manipulative individuals are experts at twisting facts, making you question your reality, and often blaming you for problems they themselves created. But how do you escape such a well-crafted maze? Manipulators don't play fair. They use tools like guilt, deceit, and even isolation to maintain control over those around them. Have you ever encountered someone who always seems to be the victim, even when they're clearly at fault? Or someone who insists they're doing everything for you, but leaves you feeling indebted? These strategies are subtle yet dangerous, often going unnoticed until significant damage has been done. One classic example is gaslighting. This happens when someone makes you doubt your memory, emotions, or even your sanity. Picture this: you remember something clearly, but they insist it never happened, or worse, that you're exaggerating. Over time, this erodes your self-confidence. And without confidence, how can you grow, transform, or live in harmony? Stoic philosophy offers a powerful antidote to manipulation: clarity of thought. By connecting with your inner self and strengthening your self-discipline, you become less susceptible to others' traps. For example, if someone tries to control you through emotional blackmail, Stoicism advises maintaining your composure and analyzing the situation rationally. Don't react impulsively. Observe, reflect, and respond with calm deliberation. How can you protect yourself? Start by setting clear boundaries. Manipulative people don't respect limits, so it's up to you to establish and enforce them. Remember, your energy and well-being are too valuable to be compromised. But what happens when manipulation escalates into complete control, affecting every aspect of your life? That's the next piece of the puzzle: controlling behavior. Have you ever felt like someone was trying to sculpt every detail of your life without your consent? Controlling people often disguise their behavior as concern. At first, it might seem harmless, offering help or advice. But over time, you realize your choices are being replaced with theirs. Controlling behavior is often masked as care. It might start small, like wanting to know your whereabouts constantly, or deciding minor things for you. But it can quickly escalate to more invasive acts: constant monitoring, isolating you from friends or family, or even financial manipulation. Stoicism teaches us that true autonomy is the cornerstone of a fulfilled life, and surrendering it to someone else is akin to living in chains. Imagine this common scenario. You plan to go out with friends, but the other person demands a detailed explanation: who, where, why, and for how long. That's not care. It's control. When you feel like your decisions require approval or your freedom is shrinking, something is deeply wrong. Stoicism, with its focus on self-discipline and mental clarity, encourages us to recognize these patterns and reclaim our lives. So, how should you respond when someone tries to control every aspect of your existence? The first step is to reclaim your voice. Set firm boundaries and make it clear that you own your decisions. For instance, if someone insists on dictating your finances, where to spend or invest, you might say, "I appreciate your concern, but this is something I prefer to handle myself." It's not about being rude. It's about asserting your right to independence. Controlling individuals dislike being challenged, but Stoicism reminds us that what truly matters is living in alignment with our values, not the values others impose on us. Control can be subtle, but its consequences are devastating. And when control is paired with something even more destructive, like pathological lying, trust is eroded entirely. Let's explore that next. Pathological lying. Lies. Some are small and harmless, like an excuse to avoid a commitment, but others have the power to destroy relationships, erode trust, and leave you adrift in uncertainty. And what happens when lies aren't occasional but constant? When they become someone's primary language? Welcome to the world of pathological liars. Pathological lying isn't just a habit. It's a deliberate strategy for manipulation and control. These individuals lie about everything, from minor details like why they were late to major decisions that impact lives. Shockingly, they often feel no remorse. They lie to charm, protect themselves, gain advantage, or simply because they can. Stoicism teaches us that truth is a pillar of virtue, and living surrounded by lies is like building a house on sand, unstable and doomed to collapse. Imagine this. You're in a relationship, be it romantic, friendly, or professional, and discover the person lied about something significant, like finances or future plans. When you confront them, instead of taking responsibility, they fabricate even more lies to cover up the first. This creates confusion, erodes your mental clarity, and undermines your confidence. Stoicism reminds us to remain vigilant and refuse to tolerate falsehoods in our lives. This doesn't mean engaging in verbal battles or exposing every lie. Instead, wisdom lies in observing patterns and making clear decisions to protect your integrity. Remember, you don't have to believe something just because someone insists it's true. How can you safeguard yourself? First, keep clear records of important interactions, especially in professional contexts. Second, trust actions more than words. If someone's behavior consistently contradicts what they say, believe what you see. Finally, refuse to participate in their game. The best defense against lies is clarity and truth. When surrounded by lies, doubt takes root. But by cultivating integrity and rejecting falsehoods, you reclaim your inner peace. Yet, to fully liberate yourself, you need to take one final step. Set unshakable boundaries and guard your energy. Let's explore how to do that next. Practical Stoic solutions. There comes a moment when you must decide, will you continue letting toxic people disrupt your peace, or will you build firm barriers to protect your mind and heart? How can you do this practically, without being paralyzed by fear, guilt, or doubt? Stoicism offers simple yet profound answers to these challenges. The first and most vital tool is setting boundaries. It sounds obvious, but this is where many falter. A boundary isn't just something you think about. It's something you communicate and enforce. For example, if someone keeps trying to manipulate your emotions, you could say, I respect your opinion, but I can't accept this behavior. Clear, direct, and firm. Remember, boundaries don't push the wrong people away. They protect you from them. Another key aspect is self-care, which goes far beyond a relaxing afternoon. In Stoicism, self-care means nurturing your mental clarity and strengthening your resilience. Take time daily to reflect, perhaps by journaling, on situations where you felt drained or had to protect yourself emotionally. Books like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius are excellent companions for fostering self-awareness and discipline. Now, let's talk about community. Never underestimate the power of a strong support network, whether it's friends, family, or mentors who share your values. Stoicism reminds us that while we are responsible for ourselves, we don't have to face everything alone. Surround yourself with people who value personal growth and resilience and allow their influence to inspire and support you. Finally, practice the art of saying no. It's not easy, but it's liberating. Say no to relationships that drain your energy, to behaviors that violate your values, and even to your own impulse to please everyone. This isn't selfish, it's wisdom. Because, as the Stoics taught, your peace is your greatest asset. By defending yourself from negative influences, you'll begin to live in alignment with your values and purpose. And that sense of control and freedom is unparalleled. But how do you integrate all these practices to fortify your life with wisdom, courage, and resilience? Stay tuned to discover more. Now that you know the 5 signs of dealing with destructive people, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Identifying these behaviors is the first step, but true transformation comes when you put these lessons into action. How will you protect your peace? What boundaries will you set? And most importantly, who truly deserves a place in your life moving forward? Remember, your peace is your responsibility. Don't wait for others to change. Start with yourself. Reflect on your relationships, observe patterns, and have the courage to say no when something or someone threatens your values. Small daily actions, like practicing self-awareness and cultivating a growth mindset, can make an enormous difference. So let me ask you, who's in control of your life? You or these people? If you feel it's time to change, don't wait any longer. Take charge of your destiny, protect your energy, and live with the clarity and wisdom you deserve. If this video added value to your life, don't keep these lessons to yourself. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we'll keep learning, growing, and transforming lives. See you in the next video.